Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more Gwent the Witcher card game. Today I am going to be bringing you another beginner deck, and today it's actually going to be a Nilfgaard Tempo Spies deck. Now, I've called it Tempo because the beginner cards you get for Nilfgaard are not very good, so you're going to have to craft a few just to kind of get you into a decent position. Now, you can either take that two ways. You can either go for the tempo, where you're going to build your own points and just try and win based on the strength of your cards, or you could go for more control strategy, which is probably the more powerful, better deck. Like when you go into the higher ranks and stuff, people are more likely to be playing the control version. Now, I'm showing you the tempo version because I feel like it's the cheaper of the two. Yes, I have made a silver change. I'm going to say that right off the bat because Cantarella is amazing. We'll get into that in just a second. But in the future, I will be bringing you the beginner control spies deck. It's very similar, but there are a few key changes, a strategy change mainly, in terms of actually getting the deck to work. So, starting off, we have the default golds. All four default golds: Royal Decree, Geralt, Triss Merigold, and Cahir. Now, I'm not a fan of Cahir in this deck, personally. I feel like he doesn't work very well with Emir. And yeah, so maybe if I change the leader to, say, John Calvier, I'm going to go with. Pronunciation is difficult with this game. But John Calvier is probably better suited to Cahir, in my opinion, or Morvran if you're playing a reveal deck, but we're not here. So John Calvier is probably better than Emir, maybe not. It's situational, I believe, and personally, I don't really like Emir, but he is the basic leader, so we're going to stick with him for now. Moving on to the silvers, we have the defaults again: Cleaver, Peter Sagwin-Lev, Decoy, Commander's Horn, and Scorch. And I've changed out Dudu for Cantarella, mainly because Dudu is awful, but also Cantarella is really good. It's a card that you want to use when you've won the first round, and you're going to be giving away the second round pretty much anyway, so you want to try and get some of your better cards. It also synergizes well with the Nausicaa Brigade, which we'll get into in just a second. But yeah, overall, this card is just a lot better than Dudu, full stop. Into the bronzes, we have some changes from the basic set. So to make this deck, you're going to need to craft a Combat Engineer, a Rot Tosser, an Emissary, 2 Ambassadors, and 3 Imperial Brigades. Now, I understand that's a lot of cards, but they are still quite cheap for considering they're bronzes. I mean, you're going to play a couple of games. If you've done the challenges, you've probably got enough to get them. I've also kept one Vicavara Medic in here, because he's a useful card. Now, the idea of this deck is going to be to build your own points up. So, this is going to mainly happen through these guys, the Imperial Brigades. They get stronger when you place spies on the other side. Like, this is what these guys are. These guys are all spies. These are going to be buffing your Imperial Brigades, and hopefully then you can make them resilient to keep them into the next round, and again, play some more spies. I understand that boost doesn't carry over, but having them on board is very, very useful. Also, Rot Tossers spawn a spy on the other side, and they're 6 points, so it's not too bad. Now, Cow Carcasses are really useful cards as it is. They destroy the lowest unit on the row after 2 turns, so it can be used to clear problematic cards, but they're mainly there for the spying factor, and they're going to be boosting your Imperial Brigades. So Combat Engineers will also, obviously, like I said, make these guys resilient, carry them over to the next round so you can keep buffing them. The Ambassadors are used for exactly that. They are a good 10-point swing, essentially, because you're going to give them 2 points, but you're going to be able to boost yourself by 12. So 10-point swing, they can be very, very crucial when it comes down to either the last few cards in the first or second round, or the last round full stop. Also, Emissaries are mainly here because, A, they have the spying synergy, but also they are very, very good for deck thinning. You can play 3 Emissaries in one turn and a card of your choosing, so you could play Emissary into Emissary if you get lucky, into another one if you get even more lucky, into an Imperial Brigade, and that's going to make that guy 12 strength as soon as you play him onto the board. So overall, this deck concentrates mainly on making yourself stronger. Now, like I said earlier, there is a version which I will be making, which is concentrating more on eliminating your opponent's board, and yours isn't going to be as strong, but obviously if they haven't got a board, it's pretty easy to win. Some suggestions I would make to this deck. Now, I don't like I said earlier, I don't like Cahir in this deck, and to be honest with you, I don't really like Royal Decree either. I feel like there is not a gold card here that is crucial to your game plan, so maybe I'd take both of them out for Letho of Goulet and Menno Cohorn. Now, like I said earlier, pronunciation is a problem. But yeah, these two cards synergize very, very well. You can use, between them, you can use them to essentially get rid of 2 problem cards and then just wipe the points off the board pretty easily. So overall, they're really good cards, and I would probably add them into this deck at first opportunity. The silvers, I would add in. So you have Cleaver in this deck for your lock. Now, it is a useful card. Orcs is just better. It's just a really, really good silver card. It's a Nilfgaard only card, but I would definitely change that out pretty much straight away. Also, you can add in Joachim the Wet, or Joachim the Wet, whatever you want to call him, or Chelak. Now, these guys are mainly going to be joining your deck for the likes of Scorch and Decoy. Decoy's useful, but Emir basically is a decoy, so you don't really need it. And then if you really want to get rid of all them, the silvers, I would then take out Toot or Commander's Horn for Fake Siri. Fake Siri is a very good card as well. The only problem is if Fake Siri gets locked, you've essentially just given them points. But overall, Fake Siri is a really good card. Also, the only other card I'd maybe add from the Nilfgaard set of silvers is Frangilla Vigo. She's a useful card, but I'm not sure she really fits the whole goal of this deck, which is building your own points. So overall, they're probably the changes I'd make first. If you wanted to go the more control route, there is other cards you would add in, and there's probably other neutral golds and silvers you want to swap in as well. But so far, I'm just going through the Nilfgaard card because, to be honest with you, there's a lot of options with this deck. So you're going to have to keep chopping and changing just till you find what you think works for you. It might not be the strongest deck, but if you know how to play it well, what's stopping you? Do you know what I mean? Overall, this beginner's deck's pretty good. I've had a very, very successful record so far. I think I've mainly played Monsters Weather, though, so it may not be a true telling of how good the deck is. I think I've lost 1, won 3 so far. So I'm going to go into a game now and show you how this deck performs.
Patience is not a virtue I am known to have. There is but one punishment for traitors.
We have a mirror matchup. I'm not sure what deck he's going to be playing. Highly likely it's going to be Spies, but I'm sure we'll see eventually. So essentially we're looking for the card we don't have in our hand. I'm going to get rid of Kahir, don't really need him. We want the Imperial Brigades. You're useful, but not too useful right now. Scorch isn't something I really want. And Norsvik are our medic, to be fair. If we get another emissary, it's not the worst thing. Imperial Brigade, perfect. So we've got Rot Tossers. Well, basically all 6 of our first cards here are going to be used to get Spies. We also have Imperial Brigade. I'm hoping to pull another one with these emissaries. That's really going to give us an advantage. Combat Engineer is good to lock the Imperial Brigades, because obviously we've got a lot of Spies. Peter Sagwinlev could be useful if we're playing in a mirror. He can just lock... Well, he can reset a Imperial Brigade if he plays one. I'll let it get nice and big and then ruin his life. So, I think I don't want to play the emissaries yet, just in case I pull things like ambassadors. They're not going to be too useful for me right now, because I don't really have a board. So we're just going to start off with Geralt, I guess.
Let's get this over with.
And see what he's playing. Find out more about him. Hopefully the strategy he's going to be employing. So next turn, I think I want to play the Imperial Brigade, and then after that we'll start playing the Spies.
All roads lead to Nilfgaard.
Oh, he's playing Reveal. Okay, that's interesting why he hasn't gone with Morvran as his leader. I understand people just don't like him or whatever, but... I feel like he's hit the wrong card. He didn't really want to reveal that there. So I'm going to put immediate threat on. I'm going to play a Rot Tosser, play the Cow Carcass onto his 10, and then next turn we can still get the benefit from it from the with the Imperial Brigade. So that's basically left him with something to deal with. Meanwhile, we can carry on doing our thing. Because ideally I want to keep him occupied so he doesn't clear this Imperial Brigade, because it's ultimately our way of winning. No. I understand you've got 10 cards, mate. But come on. You can stop looking at the Cow Carcass. He's really concentrating on this, isn't he? What are you going to go for? Play another one. Play another Nilfgaardian Knight. Oh, he's logged it. Okay. Okay, that's annoying because it gets rid of the spine token as well. However, I wonder if Peter Sagwinlev will reactivate it. I feel like it might. I guess we find out.
Strive above all to be just.
Oh, I killed it. Okay, I'm bad at the game. I completely forgot you weakened it by 3. Right, so now I'm hoping he's just bad and I can misplays aside win.
Your life is mine now.
Okay, so he does have officers in hand. We are going to... I think I want to play Emir into Imperial Brigade into getting our Rot Tosser back. Yeah, I'm going to go for
There
that.
is but one punishment for traitors.
Where's the Imperial Brigade gone? There it is.
Very glad.
And get our Rot Tosser back. He can create us another cow carcass, so ultimately his use isn't gone. And his front row's looking tasty at the moment. I'm just hoping he doesn't wipe out the Imperial Brigade. Okay. Play it onto his first row. You see the Imperial Brigade gets buffed. So this could be a massive swing if he lets this go. I'm going to have to play at least one more card for it to trigger though. So ultimately, if he passes, I can give him a emissary, or there's something I can play. What are you doing? Oh, okay, you're dealing damage. Oh, okay, that standard bearer is a problem. I'm going to play another Rot Tosser to try and deal with that problem. Well, he can save both of like the lines here, but the thing is, he passes, he gets card advantage by miles, which is a problem. If he passes, though, I may just play Combat Engineer into saving my Imperial Brigade. Because then, sure, he maintains card advantage, but we win from both the cow carcasses dying. So, oh, he's going to play Emir? If you play Emir, he's going to get this Nilfgaardian dude. Okay, that's an interesting play, considering he's going to lose one of his better cards soon. I think Combat Engineering to save my Imperial Brigade is probably the better play here.
Barbarians.
And then this ticks to 7, so if he passes, he actually loses the round, which is fine by me. Emir, what are you going to do
Patience
with
is not a virtue. I am
that? Are you going to return the cow carcass to your hand? I might play an emissary here, but it might give me something I don't really want, so I might just stick to the ambassador.
Praise be to the great sun!
Okay. Make a Varamedic. Do I have in my graveyard? Peter. Ooh. Okay. He has a lock in hand, so the Rot Toss is not going to be too useful. I'm going to go with an emissary.
Please wait, Your Excellency. I'm falling behind.
Ooh, we got an ambassador. Play that. And then let's boost something by 12. I don't want to boost. I might just boost Geralt, to be fair. I feel like that's a really bad play. Let's just boost Combat Engineer. Ultimately, I didn't want to give him a Scorch option, which is, like, good. So, Scorching the Combat Engineer while it's a lot of points gone. It's not the worst thing in the world. Oh, okay, he's just reset it with Peter. Okay! If I play Ambassador, I get 12 points gained on him because the Imperial Brigade. If I play Emissary, God knows.
I'm falling behind.
Look at our medic. What's? Oh, I don't know what he's got in his graveyard. Maybe it's a cow carcass.
A shame I have no time.
Oh God, this isn't that useful, to be fair.
I warned you.
Scorch hurts at the moment. Guess we'll just keep a Rot Tosser at the moment. You see, Rot Tosser could get rid of his entire back row. But it's only 8 points. Oh, I played Scorch as well. Ah, that's annoying because Vicar Fire Medic's worth a lot. So, I'm going to pass. I think I get effective card advantage because I'm keeping the Rot Tosser. But I've wasted a lot of my cards here. There's Vicar Fire Medic, which is worth 14. Essentially. Cantarella, you are not that useful. I don't have a lot in my hand, in my deck that I really want to pull that badly that I'm willing to give 11 points up. You have to drop you out. Combat Engineer. You're kind of useful. Alright, you're going to play for Geralt, yeah.
A bit of bloodletting.
Oh no, it's a bronze unit, my bad. Imperial Brigade. I mean, surely Combat Engineer is a better choice, right?
That is what you folk lack.
Because that's not going to get boosted at all by my stuff. Just lock it, just in case he's got something in hand.
Enough gob flopping.
Oh. Okay then. That just happened. We're going to Rot Toss for him on the front row. He's probably going to make us waste all of our cards and it's going to be a stupid one card shootout. This is where the ambassadors are especially useful. That's a big boost. Oh God. Play one card out your hand.
I warned you.
Oh, what are you going to return? You should return it, right? You should return the Combat Engineer. Vicar Vara might also work. No, Vicar Vara is probably worth more. What have I got? I've got Combat Engineers that you can pull out of my deck, so yeah. That's frustrating. I need to make up a lot of points. I guess we Combat Engineer. The Ambassadors, our last turn, last resort. I feel like we're going to win this round.
A highly curious case.
Because Rot Tosser won't resolve. I don't think we've got enough cards for it to resolve, right? Combat Engineers is his only choice, that's 6 points. So he's going into the last round with an advantage. And now we have to play the Ambassador. And ultimately it doesn't matter what we boost. Okay, so we're going into the last round, but he is ahead. Essentially, because he's got 2 units on board. Ambassador might be my only choice here. You are useless, like literally. Triss Marigold? Oh, it's nice just to be fair. Trust Marigold is now a 15-point swing, so that puts us 9 ahead. It depends what he's got in hand. Me first, yeah. Yeah.
How can I help?
Yeah, you. If he's got Scorch, I'm going to be so salty. Oh, you got a Mangonel. We win! The deck's great, look.
Not bad at
Even with trashy misplays like I did there, especially with Peter at the start of the game. Ignore that. We still win. So it's all good. That's how good this deck is. Now, overall, this deck performs... It's good for your beginner players, but ultimately you want to make the changes as quick as you can. I feel like they're going to make the deck just that much better. This card is amazing. Assassin, I know some people might think, why is that not in the deck? I feel like it doesn't contribute to the win condition as much as, say, Ambassadors. So, overall, that's why I've chosen the Ambassadors. They can be really clutch. They can give you a lot of points when you just need, like, the last 10 at the end of the round, for example. So yeah, that's basically the beginner's deck and how to not play it. I feel like you guys can probably do a better job than I can with especially choosing when to play certain things. But yeah, I feel like the deck's good. I'm not entirely sure how good, but make the changes as soon as you can. The control version will be coming out soon. I think I might make a Skellige deck first, so keep tuned for that. I want to say thank you all very, very much for watching, especially if you got this far. Just leave a random person's name in the comments. If you've got to this point, leave a random name like Andrew or Dave or Frank or something like that. You just nail it. Any name. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you all around, and I'll see you next time.